I don't know about you, but for my entire life, I was always taught that men and women, besides their body parts, of course, are pretty much the exact same, only to find out many years later that men and women are completely different. They think different, they want different things, they become attracted to each other in different ways. We are basically different species. And I get that you might be frustrated by the fact that you've been trying to do it all the right ways this entire time, only to find that you've been doing it all wrong. Because attraction and getting a woman attracted to you is actually counterintuitive. Let me explain. Women are emotional and men are more logical. Think about when you're attracted to a woman. Think about when a woman likes you. What are you thinking? Great, she likes me. I want to see her. I want to spend time with her. I want to sleep with her. Very straightforward, very much logical, A to B to C to D. But for a woman, it's not the same thing. She becomes attracted by her emotions. So you need to be a guy who's spiking those emotions in order to get her to stick around and want to see you again. It's not going to be by trying to contact her all the time. It's not going to be by sending her flowers, giving her gifts. Now, yeah, that stuff might work and is good when you're deep into a relationship of many years. But in the very beginning, at least, that stuff doesn't really work. So instead, you want to ignore a girl, because when you're first dating, you're intuitively thinking that you want to pay attention to her. Again, text her all the time, see her all the time, but that doesn't work. How do you actually get to the point where you can get her attracted? By ignoring her, and step by step, what's happening through that entire process? Because most guys are her fans, and guys are giving her lots of attention. Right now, they are on TikTok and OnlyFans, and they're on Instagram and Facebook and everywhere in social media getting lots of attention. But once there's a guy in her life that she's starting to like that's not giving her all that attention, she starts to wonder why. So when you're a guy who's not liking all of her posts, responding to her DMs, being very quick to respond to her texts, texting her all day, trying to see her multiple times per week, when you're not that guy, she starts to feel ignored. She starts to wonder, why isn't this guy being like all the rest of the guys? And this is an emotional reaction that starts to really suck her in to you and your world. Because the guy who stands out the most is the guy who's not giving her as much attention as all the other men. That's the big secret. So let's picture this for a second. You start to date a girl, maybe you've had 1 or 2 dates, and she only gets a couple of text messages from you during the week to really just set up a date. And when you're with her, you give her all the attention in the world, but when you're not with her, you're giving her 0 attention. So she starts to wonder. She starts to wonder, is this guy dating other women? Well, he must be, because most guys give me a lot of attention, so he must be with another woman. Good. If she's thinking that, that's great. She's starting to think that you're a catch, that other women like you, and women like this data. The data of knowing other women like you tell her that there's something to be liked, and that sucks her in even more. She might even be outwardly complaining to you. She might say, you're a really bad texter, or you're just not texting me enough, or why aren't you texting me more? I will make a video on this soon, but let's just say that that is in the top 10 best things you could ever hear from a woman. Now, I have a friend who's actually really good with women, and he started to date this woman for a little bit, and he broke the rule because he just got caught up in how attracted that he was to her. What did he do? Well, she said, you know, you're not really good at texting. And then he thought, well, I should probably text her more. Even though he knew deep down inside it's probably not something he should do, he did it anyways. And he started to text her more and give her more attention in between dates. And what do you know? Magically, her interest started to wane. Now you might think, but Trip, I'd love to text her more. I want to be connecting with her all the time throughout the week. And I don't like these games. This is so gamey. This is not gamey. This is just the reality. And also, you should be busy on your path and your purpose. You should be on your mission, doing your work, hanging with friends, doing your hobbies. You should be dating other women, especially in the very beginning of you dating someone that you're interested in. That way you don't get into the scarce mentality and start to text a lot and then you end up pushing her away. These are the rules of attraction. There are things that women do that make you attracted. And if they say, oh, I wish it wasn't like this. I wish I didn't have to dress like this or be this fit or be this feminine. I wish I didn't have to do that. Well, then they won't get the man that they want. So this is the rules of how men and women come together. And just hope and pray that one day you get a girl to say to you, man, you're a bad texter, because at that point, you know that you have her. And not once in the history of me being a coach for men in the past 12 to 15 years of experience in this, I've never heard one woman break it off with a guy who they've already seen a couple times on dates because he was a bad texter, because they didn't chit chat and hang out and talk a lot in between dates. Not once have I ever heard that story. And if that story ever exists and you have that story, it's not because of that. It's because she just wasn't really that interested in you. So the next step at this point is now you have her hooked on you. You have her completely into you. And if you have trouble getting to the point where you are getting a lot of dates and where it just seems impossible to even have the opportunity to ignore a woman, you want to check out my Hooked program. It's an 8 to 10 hour video course that teaches you my signature TED method, tension, entertainment, and dominance, which is going to help you attract the women that you really want and really desire and get more first dates so you can start playing the ignore game, as they say, and be able to get her even more attracted to you. There's a link in the description down below. Hit the like button if this video helped you, and I'll see you on the next video.